Hey guys, it is Saturday, April 16th, I think. 16th, I think, 2021. Um, the Dyna Glo is finally out of hibernation for the winter. We are at the New York house, and we're going to smoke some pork shoulder today. It's about a 6 pound piece. It's been marinating 6-7 hours maybe, and I want to get this going so that I can enjoy it this evening. Today's marinade was a cup of brown sugar. It was about a half a cup of chipotle sauce, a pint of apple juice, about 4 tablespoons of garlic and herb seasoning, and then I blended that all together really well. I did run some holes through the pork shoulder to let the marinade saturate as deeply as I could, and it's about ready to put on the fire. So I'm going to close this up probably 80% of the way, so only a little bit of the smoke gets through. And today I'm going to use something that I haven't yet tried on pork, or recently tried on pork, used on pork, is I have some cherry wood. So I started the firebox about 10 minutes ago. Temperature is already pegged. That's because I've got the firebox door cracked open to get a bed of coals going. And for today, I'm going to be using this Royal Oak 100% all natural hardwood lump charcoal. Basically, it's a charcoal kind of wood. The entire bag looks just like this. Also, embers charcoal briquettes, and again, this is basically to get a bed of embers going to maintain the heat, and I will add the wood for the smoke flavor a little bit. And then I opened it upside down, I don't know why, Kingsford hickory smoking chunks. I've already put a few of these in there, and this is going to help with the flavor, but my goal is to use that cherry wood at the end to get a light coating of the cherry wood flavor infused in the meat. So I'm going to let this burn probably full blast like this for the next 15 or 20 minutes, just to get a good bed of coals going. And then we're going to put the meat in, adjust the temperature back down, and I expect this to take 4 to 6 hours. I want this to be real tender, and it's going to be. So this is going to work out, and we'll be back. Okay, so here's my shoulder. I'm going to start it with, I left the fat on. I'm going to start it with the fat side up, and we're going to get it in here and probably let it go for about an hour, hour and a half. I left some of the marinade juice in it as well. So we're going to get it on the heat. Going to gently cover it with the tin foil, but I'm going to leave one end open to get some of the smoke onto it. And we'll check it here pretty quick. Well, not pretty quick, hour and a half or so. Been just a bit over an hour, and I realized, if you've watched my other videos on the firebox, I made some modifications, and around the closure area I put in some, lack of a better term, some wood stove weather stripping, and it's come off from about here to here, and I didn't notice that until just a bit ago because my temperature has been kind of high. So unfortunately I'm going to have to work through this, and when I get time I'll replace that. So I want to flip this now.
kind of mentioned earlier that I started it with the fat side up, and the reason I did that is I wanted the juices from the fat to kind of go through the meat, and I want to keep this juicy and super tender. And again, we're going to leave just a bit of this uncovered so the smoke flavor gets into it, but I don't want it to be like you're eating a piece of charcoal. Okay, so we are just approaching the 4-hour mark. My temperature is about 170. I sliced open the center of this pork, and I'm going to add some of this sriracha to it because you can't have enough spicy. And again, you can't have enough spicy. So this is, you know, those dime store food marts, kind of, so to speak. Up here it's called PR, and they sell things that are close to the expiration date, but it's really, really cheap. So if you don't get crazy and buy things that you can't use in several days, you're pretty good. And actually the price is really good. This, I don't know if you can see it, but this was $1.25, and I've never heard of it, but this is Apple Butter Fusions Sriracha, and it's actually pretty good. And for $1.25, you can't go wrong, especially when you're smoking things like this. So basically, I've inundated this pork with that sriracha, and it is really, really close to being done. So again, I'm going to cover it 2/3 of the way with the foil. And now it's time to add the cherry wood, as we're getting close to the end here. And boy, I don't have my gloves with me. And I know this is hot. So, and this is the cherry wood that I got at, as I said, Tractor Supply. It's Cowboy brand, 100% natural cherry smoking wood chips. So this is going to be the final touch, the final flavor, and I really anticipate this is going to work out. And I'm not going to be shy with how much of this I put in there. Probably 3/4 of the bag. And this is a, whatever the heck 180 cubic inches turns out to be. There's no weight on it. So yeah, 180 cubic inches. I've used 2/3, 3/4 of the bag. And we're gonna put that back in, and you can see it's smoking like crazy already. This is gonna be phenomenal. So I'm probably going to let this go another, at least an hour, maybe a little bit more, and we'll see how this turns out. So if you're interested, hang in there, and we'll be back when it's finished. Thanks, guys. So I thought I'd do a little fill-in while the pork is cooking and show you the trees that I planted. I just cut this, and my God, this is so thick, the grass that is. It's been neglected, but it is so thick, it's ridiculous. I could hay this if I wanted to. But anyway, these are Macintosh
and they actually had them on sale at Tractor Supply for $13.99 each. And I know it's going to be a while before they produce, but what's that saying? The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The next best time to plant a tree is today. So, and I got 2 of each. And this is just a little guy, but he seems pretty happy. And then I don't remember the variety, but 2 peach trees. And mind you, it's still cold here. But I do see that they're ready to bud. And this one is actually ready to flower. They are supposed to be hardy in our area, our grow zone. So hopefully they'll flourish. I love peaches. And then we have the Asian pears. And these were also $13.99. Guaranteed to grow. I'm not much of a horticulturist. This, if I saw this here, I'd probably rip it out of the ground and get rid of it, because it looks completely dead to me. But we'll see. You can see where they grafted it. And the second one. And it may be a bud or 2 here and there, but who knows for sure. I figured for the price it's worth, the risk. So we'll see what happens. I guess we'll take a quick look at the pond while the pork is cooking away. And one of the last videos I did, the redneck spillway, and it's the water level, that is. It's kind of hard to see, but right there at that ridge, it was below that. So it's come up maybe an inch, and it's been about a week. And it's a pretty good sized pond, so I don't expect miracles like overflowing in a couple of days. But hopefully when it's all said and done, the water level will rise up to the top of that spillway. And the way it's looking, that may be a decade or so. But we're going to go ahead and see how that rolls. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but this pond has quite a few freshwater clams. And I know they're alive because I see them in different places, and where they were yesterday, they're not today. And you can see their trails and so forth. There's a couple of pine trees here that I can't imagine they were planted here. It's just not a place where I'd put a pine tree. But once I get my tractor up here, I intend on digging them out and moving them someplace else. All right, so we are going on about 4.5 hours, and our temp right now is 220. So let us take a peek. This looks perfect. This looks really, really good. So we're going to take it inside, slice a little bit up, take a taste, and see how we did.
Okay, so here's the finished product. Took a little slice off, and yeah, this came out really, really well. I really like that Dyna Glo Smoker. It's cooked the same through and through. Like I said, that gasket kind of fell apart on the firebox, so I had to pay a little more attention to it than normal. But we're going to give it a taste and see how it turned out. Looks can be deceiving. Okay, so we gave it a little taste, and I'll be 100% honest, it's just a bit dry. But the taste is phenomenal, and I think we're going to be good to go for this for dinner tonight. So, hope you guys have a great weekend, and keep Dyna glowing. We'll talk soon. Take care.